What's poppin', South Korea? Now, how you guys doing? Now, do you know who I am? For those of you who don't know, I'm back. Yes, I am. I've been back since yesterday, and of course, I've been gone for 3 weeks on vacation, and of course, I want to call it more of a work vacation because I was there for work and vacation, but I had a great time, a grand old time in America. Miss it so much. Now, while most of you guys already know, or you guys are probably at work already at school, now, I bet some of you guys are still struggling with starting another week, even though it's already Tuesday. Now, you can never get used to the weekdays, of course. You want the weekend to come back ASAP. But, you know, while the weather is cooling down, why don't we wake ourselves up with a light exercise or maybe some light stretching? That can help as well. And I'm sure this program, of course, our program, What's Poppin', will help you as well. So, we've selected an upbeat song for you guys right now to get your tiredness out of the loop, get some stretching involved. This is Pixie Lott singing Lay Me Down. That was Pixie Lott with Lay Me Down. And you guys are now tuning in to What's Poppin' with your boy, Brian Jew, on this wonderful Tuesday morning on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a couple of things. If you want to get in contact with us, send a text to sharp or pound 1013, but you will be charged 51. If you haven't already, add us on Twitter, follow us, and tweet us away at TBS What's Poppin'. Also, you got an email? The address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. And for those of you interested in our playlist, come check out our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. But for now, a word from our sponsors. Alrighty, yo, it's time for TP. When I say TP, I don't mean toilet paper. I mean today's pick, y'all. Now, question of the day. How much effort do you put into eating healthy? And how much do you know about your diet and about how you eat? Now, I personally think that knowing about what you consume and put in your body is a way of putting in a lot of effort, which is a good thing, too. Now, some people just don't care. But, you know, knowing about it is very important. So, let me share some tips on how you can control portions of food. First, before eating, divide your plate. Now, here's a simple rule to portion a plate properly. Divide it in half. Automatically fill one side with fruits or vegetables, or I recommend more vegetables over fruits, leaving the rest of the equal parts for protein and starch. Now, this way, you begin to see a properly balanced meal and what it should look like. Downsize your dishes. Now, if you're one of the people who eat until your plates are clean, make sure the plates are modestly sized. Now, the food on a larger plate looks smaller in portion, so you're likely to, try to get a bigger portion to fill the plate. Cook for yourself. Now, if you're one of those people who chooses food, buys it, and prepares it, you're more likely to be aware of what you eat. Now, avoid also a seafood diet. Now, this goes for guys, but more for women because women love desserts. Whatever they see, they want to put in their mouths, your little chocolates and candies and desserts. Now, people tend to eat more food if it's in front of them and if they're looking at it. So, for snacks and foods that are, something you want to put around the house, make sure you don't put them in glass jars or near you, because what you'll do without knowing it, you're going to reach for it and snack on it, and later on, you're going to gain some weight. Also, turn off the television when you're eating. Now, TV distracts you from how much you're eating, and the more you watch, the more likely you're going to eat. Now, in a study comparing how much popcorn viewers ate during a half-hour show or an hour-long show, those who watch television ate 28% more popcorn. Yes, and you guys know if you eat popcorn, you can put butter on it, salt on it. Some people even put some chocolate on it. I've done it, not gonna lie. Therefore, while eating, instead of watching TV, I recommend you guys try listening to music. And I've been doing this recently. Now, they say when listening to music while eating, it's related to increasing your meal duration. Yes, and this will make your healthier eating habits even better, of course. So we've selected a great song. Try to listen to the song. Turn your TVs off as you eat. And sometimes you'll eat maybe for the duration of the song, or maybe two of your favorite songs, the most like 6 or 7 minutes, and try to eat within that time. But don't speed up your eating habits, because then you might, choke on some food. But, try to make sure you eat properly, healthy, and don't overeat. And the song we got for you guys right now is by Maroon 5, Moves Like Jagger. That was Moves Like Jagger by the American band Maroon 5. Now, of course, I was in my seat dancing to it. I love this song. Now, for the song, singer-songwriter Christina Aguilera featured in it, and her vocals even made the song much more richer and much more vibrant. Now, the track was released back in 2011, June 21st, as a fourth and final single, and the first re-release single from the third studio album, Hands All Over. Now, Moves Like Jagger is a dance pop and electro pop song, and it's backed by synths and electronic drums. Now, the track lyrically refers to a male's ability to impress a female with his dance moves, which he compares to Mick Jagger, frontman of the English band The Rolling Stones. Now, Moves Like Jagger was well received by music critics who praised the song's chorus. Like I commented earlier, the praise also went to the vocals of Levine and Aguilera, with critics pointing out solid chemistry between these two wonderful vocalists. Likewise, the song was a commercial success, going on top the charts in over 18 countries. That's crazy. And on top of that, Moves Like Jagger was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Duo Group Performance at the 54th Grammy Awards, but lost to Body and Soul by Tony Bennett and Amy Winehouse. Now, the song was first performed in June of 2011 on an episode of The Voice, where Levine and Aguilera both served as judges. Now, let's move on to our next song, and the next song is another great vocalist, and the song is by Lettucey, and the song is called Knockin'. Yeah, that was Knockin' by Lettucey. Now, the track is included in the American R&B and jazz singer-songwriter Lettucey's album, Turn Me Loose. Now, this album is the fourth studio album released in August 18th of 2009. It was recorded after Lettucey's experience with writer's block, which he overcame after finding inspiration and listening to Buddy Miles's Them Changes. Now, in contrast to her previous work with jazz and soul influences, the album features a prominent funk sound. Now, Turn Me Loose charted at number 14 on the Billboard 200 with 27,000 copies sold in its first week. OMG! Now, Turn Me Loose was nominated for 2 2010 Grammy Awards, including Best R&B Album and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for Going Through Changes. Now, moving on, we got the next artist who also has amazing vocals and somebody that I looked up to back in the day. I wouldn't say I look up to him now because some of the cray-cray things he's done, I don't want to talk about it right now on the air. But if you guys are curious, go online. You'll see what I'm talking about. This dude is a little cray-cray, but he still got good vocals. And I'm talking about Mr. R. Kelly. I'm talking about R. Kelly. Yes. Now, the track is released on September 14th, 2004 as a lead single from the artist's 2004 double album, Happy People. You Saved Me. Now, the song went to number 19 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 7 on the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart. Like Kelly's previous single, Step in the Name of Love, the song is about stepping dance. Yes. Now, if you guys are curious, you guys are getting ready to get down, we have the song for you guys right now. It's going to be the last song for the first half of our show. It's Mr. R. Kelly with Happy People. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. Right now, you tune into TBS efm 101.3, listening to the second half of What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Jew. And soon, Mr. Joe Park will be in the studio to talk about sampling on a segment called Chop, Loop, and Reverse It. So if you guys want to find out, stay tuned. Do not touch that dial. But for now, a word from our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Joe Park.
Yeah.
How you doing, Joe?
Doing good, thank you.
So y'all know that we're on a segment called Chop, Loop, and Reverse It.
Yeah, chop.
Are you excited today?
Chop.
You're excited. I know why you're excited.
What?
Because you haven't seen me for 3 weeks.
Yeah, how'd you know, man? So I couldn't hide it.
I saw your tweets
So
and all that
excited.
messages.
Tweets?
Yes. He actually DM'd me when I was in America saying, come back, I miss you. I want to see your beautiful face. And I was like, you know what? I want to, but let me have my vacay time. I need to recuperate.
It's too long.
I need to rejuvenate. It was too long?
3 weeks is too long.
It's something I do every once a year.
Oh, yeah, actually, we all need vacation once a year.
Yeah, once a year, taking
That's
a
true.
3-week break is not a long time if you think about it. It's once a year.
I agree.
Yes, but right now, we're not talking about my vacation.
No.
We're not talking about anyone else's vacation. We're here to talk about sampling music.
Yeah.
Now, which artist did you bring with you today?
First artist I brought in today for y'all is Tank.
Okay.
And it's a song called Lonely featuring Chris Brown.
Chris Breezy.
Chris Breezy, yep.
Yes.
And this song was released in 2012 off of his 5th studio album, This Is How I Feel.
Okay.
And the album sold 30,000 copies in its first week.
That must be nice.
Yeah, a lot better than Robin Thicke's album. Ouch.
Yes.
And
even though it's a good song, it's a good album, but you know, sometimes you have albums that are going to be explosive, and sometimes you have albums that come out and people are like, when did this come out? And they know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But Tank is not the case here. Nope. 30,000 copies in its first week. Cray cray.
And the album released 4 singles, and the song Lonely was the 3rd single that was released.
Okay.
And, you know, Tank released his debut album in 2001 after touring with Genuine. So he's really tight with, like, Tyrese. Genuine.
Ride it, my pony.
I knew. I just sensed you were gonna sing something like that.
Ride it, get on it. He's very freaky. Genuine's lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
I like
true.
him, though. He's a great artist. Okay.
And, yeah, Tank has also written songs and produced for artists like Beyonce,
Aaliyah,
Aaliyah,
Queen Bey.
Yeah, Marcus Houston, Omarion, Jamie Foxx, and the list goes on. And he's released 7 albums so far in his career. His most recent one being this year, in 2014.
Okay.
Just released one. And, you know, he's been nominated for multiple Grammy Awards, but hasn't won one yet.
You know what? You should be appreciative to the fact that you were even nominated.
Yeah, I know. But still.
I'd be ecstatic if someone said, "Hey, Brian, your album's been nominated for a Grammy." I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be on the red carpet. I'm gonna see Beyonce. I'm gonna see Jay-Z. I'm gonna see Rihanna."
Yeah.
Exactly. But unfortunately, I'm not even nominated. But I'm still, you know.
One day. You never know.
One day.
You never know.
One day. I got my fingers crossed. Alrighty. Okay, so Tank has been nominated, and unfortunately, he hasn't won an award yet at the Grammys.
No, and the sad thing is he's one of the biggest, you know, R&B singers in the industry. Like, he's, the most respected, too, you know? Like,
okay.
He has the roots, and he knows, like, everybody back in the day, you know, so.
Okay. Well, that means since he brought him to the table today, he actually used a track to make his track, of course. He sampled a track. And like you're saying, if Tank is a big name in the R&B world, I'm pretty sure he has great taste as well.
Yes.
So we're going to listen to the sample, and I'm assuming, and I'm guessing that's going to be a great track. I'm not going to say who it's by, but we'll take a listen to this sample right now.
This is Devontae, baby. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you know I got it, and I'ma give it to you. Jealousy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I should not be listening to music like that in the studio with just you and me.
What? What's that?
That music is like, I'm gonna wine and dine you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you out to dinner. Whatever you want, girl.
Yeah.
So I turn around and I look at my right and I see Joe. Ew. Anyways, that was Jodeci with My Heart Belongs to You. Now, give us some info on this track.
Y'all know Jodeci.
Of course.
So what does Jodeci stand for?
Jodeci
stands for, obviously,
Joe the C.
Yes.
I don't know.
Jojo. So Joe.
Of course, Joe. Casey and JoJo.
C. And then one's for, I believe, who is it? Mr. Dalvin, I believe.
Who?
Mr. Dalvin.
Okay.
There's 4 members originally.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But then they split up and made Casey and JoJo later on.
Yes. Right. So I believe the last D stood for The Great, which was also Mr. Dalvin's name. And yeah. So
I get it. So they took parts of the name.
Yes.
Joe for JoJo. The for The Great. And C for KC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And put it all together like that. But then Jodeci, you know, they didn't last too long. But this song was released in 1993 of the second studio album.
What were you doing in 1993?
1993, I think I was in elementary school.
So did you know of Jodeci at that age?
I didn't.
Exactly.
I didn't.
You were too busy watching Barney, weren't you?
How'd you know, man? Barney,
1993, you're
Care
like...
Bears. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Gummy bears. I love gummy bears.
Yeah, gummy bears.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
And
that's
then,
my cartoon.
And then like Thundercats a long time ago. Anyways, I don't want to go into all my...
And didn't you watch Rainbow Bright? I heard you liked Rainbow Bright.
Who said
and My
that?
Little Pony? I don't know those rumors that you like that kind of stuff.
What? That rumors.
All right, it's Jodeci, like you said, didn't last long. But this song was released in 1993, because that's what Joe said. I'm hoping his information is all correct.
It's correct, y'all.
Let's prove him wrong, y'all. If you find some information that doesn't seem right, tweet us or email us and be like, Joe's wrong again! Just like his pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, my pronunciation... someone actually tweeted I'm like the name destroyer now, so I'm like, I've accepted that title.
Iggy Azalea, that's never gonna go down. I love that name. Alrighty. So Casey and JoJo, song My Heart Belongs to You. I actually wanted to hear a little bit more of that song, but I'm curious what Tank did to the song. So right now we're gonna take a listen to Tank's version of the song. The song is called Lonely, featuring Chris Brown. Yeah, that was Tank featuring Chris Breezy with Lonely.
Yeah.
And you guys are now tuning into What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Jew and Joe Park in the studio for Chop, Loop, and Reverse It on this Tuesday morning. Now we're going to move on to the next artist. We got who?
We got Elle Varner.
Elle Varner.
Featuring A$AP Ferg.
We played a song by Elle Varner yesterday on our show.
Oh, really?
Yes. Apparently a lot of people want to hear her voice.
Yeah, she's got a new album out.
Okay.
And this song is called Don't Wanna Dance.
Okay.
And this song was released in 2014 as well. Off her second studio album, 4-Letter Word. And she is a singer-songwriter raised in LA.
Okay.
And she studied in NYU's prestigious music program called Clive Davis Music Program.
Oh, is that prestigious?
It's prestigious. They pick
I was
about
there.
Only 40... What?
No, I walked by there.
I was gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah.
They pick about only like 40 students, I believe, out of like thousands. Like, this is like, you get into this school, you basically into the industry.
All right, well, I was
And
on
you're, like,
prestigious
top of the
class on the plane. You know, back in the day, they called it business class.
Yeah.
On I don't want to say the name of the flight brand, but they call it prestigious class.
Prestigious
So I'm
class.
kind of connected with NYU's Clive Davis music program. In a
Really?
way. Just because that word prestigious.
So wait, is prestigious now first class? Or do they have like prestigious and business
There's
class?
first class,
And,
then prestigious is pretty much business class. They have economy or...
super economy or something like that?
Yeah, something like
More legs room. Okay.
super duper legroom economy, I don't know.
Okay.
Alrighty, so... Elle Varner
Yes.
studied at NYU's Clive Davis music program. Now, of course, y'all know Clive Davis is a big name in the music industry.
Yes,
Of
huge,
course.
huge. And she signed with RCA and Sony Music in 2009.
Okay.
And debuted in 2012 with the album Perfectly Imperfect. It's kind of
cool.
of a cool title, yeah. Perfectly Imperfect.
I'm gonna come out with an album called Imperfectly Perfect.
Ooh, next one right here, next one.
There you go. I'm gonna call it 5-letter word.
What's it gonna stand for?
5-letter word?
Yeah.
Money?
Money.
Yes, money. I had to count the letters.
You got money on your mind.
Money. Money. Okay.
And her debut album debuted at number 4 on the US, which is pretty high for a new artist to debut so high like that, you know?
Exactly. On the
And,
Billboard Hot 200. That's a big spot.
Yeah, and she's already been nominated for Best R&B Song in 2003 for the Grammys.
Oh, dang it.
And she has also been confirmed to be dating a New York Knicks basketball player as well.
So she really up in the game.
Yeah.
She making money. She making albums. She went to the NYU's Clive Davis music program.
Yeah.
She number 4 on the hot Billboard 200.
Yep.
And she's actually dating a basketball player,
Yep.
which means athletes make a lot of money.
Yeah, they
So
do.
you put that money together, you're some rich
So,
people.
I mean, she's pretty good at the moment, and she's doing quite well
Okay.
for herself, yeah.
Now, I heard from people that Varner's voice is compared to Adele's voice, of course.
She's got a very soulful...
But everybody is, a critic on their own, and you can be a judge. Some people might say, we like Adele's voice better. Some might say, we like Elle's voice better.
True.
Alrighty, so this song is actually sampled.
Yeah.
And the song that we're going to listen to right now is the sample for the song. So let's check out the sample right now. Alrighty, that was a sample that Elle Varner used for her song, and the song is called what?
I Just Want to Stop by the Jimmy Castor Bunch.
Wow. I read it wrong first. I thought it was like Jimmy Castor Brunch. I was like,
You hungry?
I need some food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry
Now,
too.
this song was released in 1979 off the Jimmy Castor Bunch album, of course.
Yep.
Now, give us some information about Jimmy Castor Bunch, because I've never heard of this group.
Well, his real name is James Walter.
Okay.
And he's best known like fun disco funk saxophonist with his big hit single. Okay, I'm gonna try this Troglodyte in 1972. And
Isn't it troglodyte?
possibly. Come on, oh man.
There you go. Once again, I'm not sure.
I thought I got past you. You
I
just
could
sat
be
there
wrong.
just like,
I could be wrong because I never heard of that word either.
Yeah, me
But I'm
neither.
thinking the easiest
I'm
way to
trying.
pronounce it is troglodyte.
Make a Troglodyte too.
Troglodyte, troglodyte.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
For those of you who know the actual pronunciation for this word, please tweet us and please email us the answer.
Yes,
Anyways,
please.
moving on. More information.
And he was a leader of the Jimmy Castor Bunch, obviously
Okay.
with his own name in it, and in the 1970s. And also as a solo artist, he has released several successful albums and singles. And the group reached the peak of their commercial success in 1972 with the release of the album It's Just Begun.
It's just begun. I don't know if that's the melody, but I just wanted to do it.
It could be. And many of the group's tunes have been heavily sampled in films and hip-hop tracks. A lot of rappers, you know. So
Did you say heavenly sample? Well, like Christian music?
heavily.
Okay.
Heavily.
You gotta enunciate, bruh.
Okay, I'm sorry, bruh. Yeah, and so he's released 15 albums during his whole career.
Okay.
But sadly, he's passed away. He passed away in 2012 from heart failure, 7 days before his 72nd birthday. So that was kind of like a
Well, he was...
interesting fact, yeah.
He died young. He's a very young age, at a young age.
Yeah, you know, and even Robin Williams, man, it's like... I've been watching like Mrs. Doubtfire and like all the older films.
You just threw me off guard because when you said Robin Williams, I was thinking Robin Thicke, and I was like, what? Robin Thicke passed away? I didn't even know about this. Robin Williams, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It was
you
very
know?
sad. I was in America when that happened.
Yeah.
I woke up, my friend's like, did you hear about Robin Williams? And all of a sudden I look on the news and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, he was a childhood hero to everybody.
Seriously,
who
he's
watched all
changed
his
lives.
films. Yes. And that tweet that his daughter put up on Twitter, it just broke your heart.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. One thing is to lose a family member, but to lose a family member the way they did is, it's heartbreaking. But we got Robin Williams in our prayers always. He's going to be a big hero to all of us,
Yes.
especially if you guys grew up with Robin Williams as a child, you know, in your childhood years. He's always been such a positive, you know, I guess, role model to all the children.
Yeah.
Yes. He was Hook in Captain Hook, man.
Yeah, he was the man. Like, he was... Man, we've lost a great one.
Not Hook. He wasn't Hook, was he? He was the dad. I'm getting confused now. Too many movies he was in.
Yeah.
But either way, Robin Williams, we love you. Praying for you always. And
Yes.
to the Williams family, you guys, we have you in our hearts and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And sad thing that happened. Of course, also we're talking about Jimmy Castor, who passed away 2 years ago. Pray for you as well. But with no further ado, it is time to wrap things up right now. But thank you so much for bringing some great tracks with
Thank you.
Yes. And the last song that we have for you guys right now is actually the song that we were talking about. It's Elle Varner featuring, how do you say, is it ASAP?
ASAP.
Ferg?
Yes.
Okay. The song is called Don't Wanna Dance, but before we play that, we have a public service announcement for you guys right now. So number one, what do you do when emergency vehicles approach? This is very important. Now, if you had an emergency, you'd want the emergency services to reach you as quickly as possible. Now, every day, police, fire, and ambulance vehicles respond to urgent calls, and precious time lost getting there could mean the difference between life and death. So when you hear the emergency vehicle sirens, pull over to the side if possible and make way and wait for the emergency vehicle to pass completely. Then check and make sure the way is clear and signal before merging back into the traffic lane. Number two, what do you do when you have an emergency? Now, if you're in a situation where you need emergency assistance, please call the number 119, the emergency center, of course, and your call will initially be answered by an operator speaking Korean, but operators fluent in English, Chinese, and Japanese are also on standby to give you guys help when needed. So if you guys get into an accident or need urgent assistance, please, for any reason, dial the number 119. Alrighty, with that said, we're going to wrap up our show. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and Joe Parr for bringing us great tracks, of course. You're going to be with us next week, too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But for now, we have the last song, but don't be too sad, y'all. because I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we'll be live again. So make sure you tweet us away and send us all those messages. But the last song for our show is El Varner with Don't Wanna Dance. And on behalf of What's Poppin', this is Brian Jew and
Joe Park
signing off. Peace.